You can support this show at patreon.com/ASA podcasting.
Hello, welcome back, Skyrim Addict podcast. Oh, there I am. Sorry, I was trying to find myself on the, I couldn't see my thing on the side to see if the volume was working at all. I'm Michael, I'm with Ray.
Hello, hello.
And Victor.
Good evening.
And Ray, I know you've got a ton of, I was listening to Fallout feed last week, and I was like, man, Ray's got a lot of gaming going on.
Yeah, I got a lot going on right now. It kind of all hit at one time because we got the big, we got a No Man's Sky update a couple of weeks ago, and then last week the expedition dropped, and so super busy with No Man's Sky. Then we have Fallout London, which took a fair amount of figuring out how to get everything going, and so finally got that going, and now it's a really, really well done mod.
Is it? Wow, that's great to hear.
I mean, it's like a whole new game.
Wow.
So exploring in there is fun.
It's almost like a replacement, like an Enderal type replacement versus an add-on. Yeah.
Some of the functionality is the same, like you access VATs the same way and switch weapons the same way and that kind of thing. But instead of bobbleheads, you've got beer coasters, and,
awesome.
Just all kinds of stuff like that. So, getting used to that, it threw me for a loop because the first thing I found was a little pile of bottle caps.
Oh, and you went right for it.
And so I scooped up the bottle caps and then saw a pile of tickets and just ignored them because I don't need tickets, I need bottle caps. And soon found out that no, tickets are the currency, bottle caps are aluminum.
Oh,
nice.
Oh, there you go. That is pretty cool that they changed it up for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait to play it.
It's a lot of fun. So been doing a lot of that, and then still playing Starfield, and not entirely surprising, but I started a new Skyrim character.
Wow.
Same here. I actually started one as well.
So did I.
I actually did, and you did too. You said you did too. So I stumbled into one because I wanted to try. There was two like dungeon mods I saw pop up. One was Bthar Caverns, BTHAR Caverns. They're near Deep Folk Crossing, and it's like another kind of you can tell by the name Falmer kind of crawl. And the other one was Black Gold Mine, which has a play, like it becomes like a player home essentially. One part of it you get at the end of it. So neither one of them really have a quest attached to it. They're just kind of big dungeons essentially. But one, so I think it was Black Gold Mine. I stumbled upon a ring that turned my character, was it ethereal? Yeah. Permanently, or not permanently, as long as I'm wearing it. And I was like, oh, and it wasn't listed as one of the effects of it. And I'm like, oh, this is interesting, actually. And then after I went through, so both dungeons were pretty fun. They, nothing crazy going on. Just kind of big dungeons with some enemies and some gear and stuff like that. No quests or anything like that. Both were worth adding on if you want to like some different locations and things like that. But that I was like, oh wait, when I got done it, I was like, oh, what am I going to kind of do now that I played through those two? And I was like, no, you know what? I'm just going to be a ghost. I'm gonna be a vengeful ghost that's goes around and kills bandits. Like I got killed down there or something, and now I'm like a vengeful spirit. Like what is it? Kayla? Is that who? What's her name?
Oh yeah,
Katya.
Katya
right?
or something like that. Yeah,
from the
Carlia.
From the Ethereum quest.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I could just be a vengeful spirit going around just killing bandits. I don't have to loot because I'm a ghost, so I don't need anything, and I can just do something different and just have fun and just go like sneak, kill. I was wearing like some Nightingale armor, Shrouded Hood, and stuff, and all that. And I was like, oh, this is kind of like a perfect, like, fun, different type of character. And I was just kind of going around killing bandits all over the place as a ghost, essentially, which I kind of stumbled into, and I thought was a pretty fun role play kind of thing. I probably should go kill the fake ghost down in Iverstead.
In the barrow.
Yeah, as vengeance, I should go take him out for pretending to be a ghost.
Posers.
Pretend to be a ghost, will you?
For being a fake ghost. So, so I'm kind of just rolling around, just going to the different larger bandit areas and just wiping them out as vengeance for killing me in this dungeon where I didn't actually die.
That's Katria. Carlia is
that's it.
Yeah, because when you said Nightingale, it reminded me because Carlia is the protagonist in the Thieves Guild thing.
Yep. That's what I was confused. Yeah. I was like, oh, so it kind of worked. I was like, oh, and I didn't even realize it was that had happened to my character until like I fell really far. And nothing happened. And I was like, wait, that was weird. But then I went into third person because I went into a different part of the dungeon. It was just easier for me to maneuver. And I was like, oh, wait. Oh, that's why. And I was like, because it wasn't listed as any kind of effect or anything.
That's interesting. I was wearing.
But it happened to be one. And I was like, oh, well, this is going to be interesting. Then I'm going to kind of roll with this since this is where I ended up. And I had nothing really was catching for me before that anyway. So I was like, yeah, this works out well because this actually has been fun.
There you go.
Just a kill people mod.
Gotta love that.
It's funny. I've gone back to vanilla, unmodded, a lot of unmodded, because I was out in California for a couple of weeks, and I forget whether we had a podcast after I got back or not. I think I did. I think we did right after I got back. But anyway, I've been playing on a new PC laptop that I got, playing a lot of Valheim, but I played some, vanilla unmodded Skyrim. And then when I got back, I went back to Valheim for a while. And just about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, I started messing around with the vanilla characters again. And then 3 days ago, I decided to just update all my mods, get everything back, whatever the square is now, square 15 or whatever. And just make sure it's all updated, all the SKSE, everything for the latest updates. So then I took my vanilla character, actually created a new vanilla character, played it for a while, and then took his save over, loaded it into one of my mod lists in Mod Organizer. And now I've been playing the same character in vanilla and modded, and just to sort of see where that goes. And it's been a lot of fun. I've actually been enjoying the unmodded version a lot more.
Oh wow.
It's just so much simpler.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And no Hunterborn, no bullshit, no at your own pace. That's just at the pace that they told you it's at. And so it's been a lot of fun, actually. I haven't done anything special. No, no specific play style or anything. Just my usual mix of sword and board and archery and alchemy and stuff like that. But I've always found the alchemy in the vanilla game to be actually the most enjoyable alchemy. All the mods they're all very imaginative and fun. The Simon Magus has an alchemy mod, and there's the Keiko and all those, and they're all great, but they just get too complex. So there's and so it's a lot more fun just to play with vanilla alchemy and just have the power potions when you want them. You can make these ridiculous potions that actually do nothing, or they contradict each other, but they're worth a lot of money. And so you can power up that. It's much more fun. And I'm enjoying Golden Hills. That's
such a great
that's a great alchemist.
It really is. I didn't really realize how good it was until I really sort of finished out the whole sequence where you get all the farm hands and everything and start getting, and I realized how that actually works, where you go downstairs in the basement and the drawer is full of stuff. So if you plant all the right things, you just wait a few days and you've got tons more ingredients for stuff. So it's really, really good for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you plant one whole field of canis root.
Yeah, or whatever.
Yeah,
well, and I haven't done that. So tell me, oh great swamis. So if you plant one of an item, how many of those do you get per cycle? I guess
it depends on the item. Yeah. Some of them, gosh, I can't remember now. Like I think, so if you plant Mora Tapanella and Scaly Foliota and Creep Cluster, the Creep Cluster and the Scaly Foliota, produce at about the same rate, but the Mora Tapanella is slower.
Oh, okay.
And so you don't get as much. So you have to plant more of that one, than the other ones in order to have a balanced load.
Yeah, canis root sounds like a good one because it's fairly rare anyway. So
it's hard to get enough. Running around trying to find it, but if
definitely.
you plant that up, makes it super easy.
Yeah,
that's definitely one I always plant there, just because it's hard to find.
Yep.
And even if it is somewhere, it's just something you easily miss because it's just not.
Yeah, and especially if you have a grass mod.
Then it gets covered up half the time. Yeah. That
it's good if you have a couple in your inventory. You plant those, then you wait until they produce more, then you plant those, and wait until those produce more, then you plant those, then you can start harvesting.
That's very much like Valheim. Actually, it's exponential. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely used Golden Hills for a alchemy playthrough a little bit ago, and it's really great. It's simple, and like you do get too much milk and stuff, but I just bet you can sell it.
Yeah,
get a lot of milk and eggs and things like that. But
I didn't buy a cow; I just bought a couple of chickens. I figured that would And of course, at least on the modded side, because I love the irony of it, I go convince Eric's father to I buy the armor for him. I get Eric out there and make him an adventurer, and then I bring him down to the farm and make him my steward. So, because that's what I would do with my son if I was.
You made it a few miles down the road.
Yeah. You made it just a little ways. Yeah.
Close enough you can still go back and visit the folks.
Yep.
Yeah. There you go.
And far enough away you can pretend you're an adventurer, and that's all. Yeah. So.
I mean, I feel the same about alchemy as you do. Like, I like some of the mods, what they do to it, but it becomes overly complicated for me. And I really like the simplicity of the base level alchemy and just eating the ingredients, learning them, or finding a note and learning about a potion, things like that. Even if I remember what stuff is, I like doing it that way just because it feels more like natural to the game.
Absolutely, yeah. And I've got in the modded version, I have some of my favorite alchemy mods, which are not like Keiko and stuff. I've always used this old, it's actually ancient now by modding standards, alchemy mod called Alchemy Redone. It goes way back to Legacy Skyrim. But I'm also using something called Poisoning Extended and another one called Sky Toxin. And those, they're great, and they add some really, Sky Toxin in particular adds these amazing poisons that are sort of based on ancient, there's botulin and all kinds of cool stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But in that modded version, there's something, I haven't figured out what it is, something bugged out, and I couldn't cure, like at Rock Joint, I could not cure it. I couldn't find a way to cure it. Nothing worked. A lot of the, I guess, I don't know if it's the perk mods that change that sometimes, that take away or is it the Standing Stone or the religion mods, whatever. They take away the cure function of the shrines, right?
Yeah.
And so that's not available. But the cure, and then there's another mod, and I don't think I have it loaded, but that has you have to create a specific potion for curing rock joint or curing ataxia. But I don't have that loaded. At any rate, I could not cure my rock joint. I had to actually go into the console and figure out the commands to cure it. So I don't know what's going on that side. But so that's why, and that's another. I just went back to the vanilla and said, "Yeah," because he had rock joint too. So I just went to a shrine and cured it. It's like, well, that's easy.
Oh man,
it's a lot of fun, and it's a sort of a breath of fresh air, I think, from that legacy of the Dragonborn that I was trying to play through and just bogged down in.
Yeah. Legacy's great, but it adds so much to do that you can kind of lose like the little. If you just want to play like a simplified game, it's very difficult.
Yeah,
it makes it very difficult for sure.
Yeah.
One of the creators that I follow, Karn114, had this character build that he came up with, and it was closer to the one that I was playing, the Shadeling, than I would normally have picked up on, but it was different enough that I got to try this. And so it was still a sneak, ghost walk, dagger, but it had the extra wrinkle. So it uses a lot of the old school mods. So Ordinator, Apocalypse, Forgotten Magic, and then it uses the Andromeda Standing Stones.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Okay.
And so on Andromeda, the Ritual Stone lets you store up, souls. And so what he came up with was you sneak through a dungeon and you take extra care never to get caught until you get to the end when you have the boss fight. And then you just walk in and all of the bandits that you killed on your way there, their ghosts pop up.
Oh God.
And start attacking. And so then you really become the support character. You're using, so it's got Imperious races. So playing as a Nord, you have Avatar and Requiem.
Oh.
And so you're actually, you're bolstering the health and armor of all of your followers, dead or alive. And so you stand there while all these other, ghosts, do their thing and wear the boss down. And then, if need be, you can finish them off. If it's a particularly tough boss, you've also got Undying Ghost spell that you can cast. And
That sounds like it'd be great for some of the dragon priests in particular.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and I killed a dragon priest and somehow came away with a spell that was a what was it called? Something. It's a lich ghost.
Ooh.
So now I can summon a lich.
Oh, nice.
And he throws ice spikes. So you can get quite the ghostly group of companions fighting for you. If you play your cards right.
Yeah.
It's not easy at first because you get discovered by everything, and so the ghosts are popping left and right. You can't really store anything up.
Yeah.
But
what was the creator's name again?
Karn, Carn 114. And it's the shaman assassin.
Okay.
And you know what? I talked about it a little bit on the Fallout feed, but so I found out that shaman is the perfect role play cheat. Because normally when if you're really doing a serious role play, you got to be really careful about what would my character know, versus what I know how to play in the game. But when you play a shaman, shaman communes with the spirits. Well, I just happen to be one of the spirits that he communes with. And so I can tell him all about all this stuff that I know. And he's got,
this is Deus Ex Machina taken to the nth degree. Yeah.
So that's been kind of a fun thing to mess around with.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely a fun way to play. Different than what I normally do. And so it's been kind of a hoot.
Yeah, cool. I just subscribed to his channel there.
Yeah, he's got a lot of really interesting builds.
Yeah,
and everything is very well thought out.
Yeah, that seems like I like the ghost helping kind of thing is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I might have, I might have used that once before, but I don't even think it was with the Andromeda mod.
Oh no.
Just the standard ritual stone.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
So sketch out a little bit more of Fallout London. I mean, without spoilers, I'm really, really intrigued by it. I want to play it, but I'm not. Yeah.
Yeah. So you have to be really careful about the setup.
That's good.
So I ended up disconnecting my vortex from Fallout 4 completely.
Really? Wow.
Because with all the tentacles that I've added to vortex, it's hard to keep it from injecting stuff that Fallout London doesn't like.
Okay.
So I got that completely cleaned up. I loaded up I bought the game on Good Old Games, so that I wouldn't have to mess around with the rollback.
Oh, that's
because you have to play on 1.10.163.
It's like the Skyrim 1.597 issue, right? Yeah, exactly. Yep. Okay, interesting.
And unfortunately, I finally just gave up and had wiped out my before next gen version of Steam Fallout 4. Wow. Because I thought that I was going to have to use the next gen version in order to play Fallout London. only to find out that no, I would have been okay if I had just left well enough alone. But anyway, so I got the good old game version, got it loaded up, got London loaded up, loaded in a few more mods, a lot of just utility stuff, like the plugin preloader.
Okay.
And
does it require the FKSE or whatever it is, the script extenders?
It comes with the correct version of script extender and address library prepackaged in it.
Nice.
So you don't have to mess with that at all.
Okay. But then, of course, you have to keep up with the updates.
Well, no, because
for Fallout London, that is. I mean, right?
Yeah. If they when they issue updates,
right,
I'll run those. But I don't think they're going to change the version that they're loading on.
Probably not. So basically, you're saying it's best to create a sequestered version of Fallout to play Fallout 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. And then I loaded up. What did I hook up? I hooked up faster loading times because one thing initially out the gate, the big issue I had was it was taking upwards of 2 minutes to between load screens.
Wow.
And so it was like, okay, this just isn't going to work. So, so I got that sorted out. One of the first weapons you get, and it's not really a spoiler because it's at the very beginning of as soon as you enter into the city, and you really can't not talk to this guy and not get the knife. But you get this butterfly knife, and it has this super cool butterfly knife trick animation to it.
Ooh.
Except that it plays on idle. And so when you're standing still, and I typically play a sneak character, so I'm crouched, hiding, trying to be as quiet as possible. And all of a sudden my knife starts flipping around and it takes up like 2/3 of the screen. You can't see what's going on. And, the camera's moving around and everything. And, so I was constantly having to block with the knife, to keep it from entering in the idle, animation. Well, the guy that wrote the program put out a mod, that takes away the idle animation.
Yeah.
And so that's made that knife, infinitely more fun.
Yeah.
You still flip it around when you put it away, which is cool because it was a really well done animation, just super, super well done. But it was just a little much. He said he originally intended there to be a longer gap between, when it played. But it played one right after another. So if you just sat there, it would just continue and not stop until you moved.
Unintended gaming consequences.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's harder than Fallout.
Huh.
So I'm currently playing on normal, and it's tough.
Oh, okay.
And so it's definitely challenging that way. There's a lot less stuff. So I played for probably maybe half hour, 45 minutes before I found the first stim pack.
Oh, wow. What level would you say it's best to go into it at? Or is it something you start a new game with?
Start a new game.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to start a new game. It doesn't.
You do? Okay.
It won't take a save over.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So
because
regardless.
you have to go through their startup process.
Okay. Yeah, I saw that John at Many a True Nerd started a playthrough of it, but I didn't. Of course he did. I mean, how could he not, right?
Yeah, he and Go for both. They're hilarious.
Yeah. but I didn't want to watch it yet, just because I didn't want to spoil too much of it. Does it take place in the square mile, or does it take place in a wider area?
No, wider area.
Okay.
Yeah, you're. What is it? Brumley is the southeast corner, and I haven't even made it up, to the far north.
It'd be interesting
west
how
corner.
far it goes, because Vivian's from East Anglia, which is like north of London.
Okay.
Let's see where.
Yeah, but it's on the northeast side. I think there was Hackney.
Okay.
And then in the middle, there's Islington.
Okay.
And then another section that I haven't been to, but it's pretty big.
Oh, cool.
I don't know where the tennis museum is, but I know it's on the southwest corner of the map.
It's really Wimbledon, I was imagining.
Yeah. I mean, it would if you watch the first episode of either one of those playthroughs, you'll kind of get the flavor.
Okay.
Right. But not really. Yeah, I don't think either one of them make it out of the tutorial area.
Okay.
In their first episodes.
Yeah.
The one thing I will spoil for you is that it's tickets, not caps.
That makes total sense. And it's biscuits, not cookies. Yeah.
So it's been a lot of fun. I've done a lot of exploring. Once I figured out that the beer mats were the bobbleheads, I started on a pub crawl.
Excellent.
Because
as one should.
Yes, they're all located inside pubs. So I've been all over the place looking for pubs.
Good. I am.
And some of them are inhabited by pretty nasty things.
Okay. I assume there's still ghouls of some sort.
Yeah. So there's still feral ghouls. The non-feral ghouls are called commuters.
Yeah.
But there's quite a few of those. It's been a ton of fun, very well made. John and Gopher both kind of take them to task on some of their British nomenclature. Like, I guess, one of their egregious errors was they kept the name Bobby Pin.
Oh.
And it was supposed to be something else according to one of them. I don't remember which. But and Gopher made a pretty clever video about teaching Americans the English language. And so that was a fun video to watch.
Yeah.
Oh man.
If you call football soccer, we'll kill you. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been sinking a lot of time into that one.
Cool. That sounds wonderful.
So, and a lot of that is because I die and have to redo what I was doing.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of dying.
Oh God.
A lot of dying.
It's not available on Xbox, is it?
No.
It's too big.
Yeah. And it requires the script extender.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because you're just replacing everything in it. So.
It's amazing how much work they've put into this, and just really, really well done.
Good for them.
But I have been pretty happy with my, my sneaky melee character.
Working well.
It's definitely a solid way to go.
Yeah. Ain't it always?
Yeah, because it's there's a lot of stuff in this game that wants to kill you. A lot. They've got all new creatures.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So like for instance, what are the grocery stores called? Is there
Either Sainsbury or Fesco?
Fesco. Okay. So does that cut into your time for the No Man's Sky update too?
No, mostly just gets into my time for sleeping.
Yes. But you don't have to worry about that now, do you, Ray?
I don't. Nope.
That's true. You can just sleep in. Fair enough.
So yeah, I've definitely been running at the edge of my gaming capabilities time wise.
Yeah.
With everything happening all at one time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like everything dropped for you at once.
Yeah.
At once.
Yeah. And even the Skyrim, I mean, when I saw this character, I couldn't not try it. And, so I shoehorned that one in too.
Well, at least like Odyssey of the Dragonborn didn't drop.
Oh, good God. I think that's still a little ways away, isn't it?
That's away. Yeah, I think that's much.
And there's another
project.
huge mod that's going to drop sometime late this year, early next year. I forget what it's called, but I just saw a video about it recently. It's a mod that's been in development literally since Legacy Skyrim.
Oh,
which
wow.
is all of a sudden sort of resurfaced a little bit. It looks like it's going to.
Yeah. And then to make matters worse, so there was a day between when I finished the expedition in No Man's Sky and before I knew through insider information that Fallout London was going to drop. And so I thought, hey, you know what? I think I want to play some Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
So I started a character on Cyberpunk and have, sunk a few hours into that one too.
Oh, nice. Oh, man.
Yeah. Yeah. And, fortunately and unfortunately, the Stalker 2 game got delayed.
Yeah.
So that takes some of the pressure off.
Yeah.
Did it? Okay.
Yeah. So I'll actually be able to go to my granddaughter's wedding.
Yeah. Sorry, dear. Can't make it. Got a game to play. Yeah. Where's that going to be?
Northern California.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I played well, I shouldn't say I played. I dabbled briefly, as I normally do, in a newish game, which I can recommend, though I can't really talk about much because I haven't played enough of it. It's called Cataclysmo, but it's sort of it's a bit of an RTS kind of survival game. It's a lot of fun. So I would invite anybody to check it out. I'm not even going to try to describe it because I haven't played enough of it, but it's got a lovely art style. It's a lot of fun to sort of dabble in. It gets great reviews, so don't be scared of it. It's like overwhelmingly positive. Yeah, but it's kind of cool. It's fun, and it offers several different ways to play. There's a story mode. There's a sandbox mode. There's an endless mode. There's cooperative modes. It's very there's all kinds of cool ways to play it. I don't know if it's available on consoles, but if it's not, it will be. I think I saw that it works on the Steam Deck. I know Sean's been playing. I haven't tried it. I don't know if you guys have. He's been playing a ton of Path of Exile, which is a free. I know there's been a little bit of controversy with it, of course, because it's free to play, but you can buy stuff. So
there's always,
but there's no pay to win. But the game has had a few bugs with people losing their game saves and things like that. But
yeah, I think I've been perusing for some more from different mods and stuff to use and continue my playthrough. Or different playthrough once I finish killing some more bandits. It's kind of where I'm going to head and just mess around with that in that way.
Yeah, I've been sort of playing with, I've been dipping my toes into curating my installations, like a little bit like you did, Ray, with the Good Old Games version. I want to attempt to, and it's going to require hand naming and renaming of directories, but I want to attempt to create a Steam install that I can use with Vortex and Nexus mod lists, because I want to try some of those. And most of those are built around Vortex. So I can't, So, and every time I've tried to install Vortex and it gets anywhere near Mod Organizer, they completely screw each other up. So I'm going to try the old trick of just renaming the directory and then reinstalling Skyrim and then just trying to remember what I named the last one and rename it.
Fence it off.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm going to try that over the next couple of weeks.
It's nice having the laptop to have access to it anywhere, because you were playing on the Steam Deck for a while though, but I imagine it's much easier just playing on the laptop.
Yeah, it is. I love my Steam Deck, but I finally broke down and bought an ROG, a really rather nice ROG light. It's a 13-inch laptop with a 4060 in it. It gets pretty hot, so I got to prop it up. But did we do a podcast while I was out in California?
I think it was right after you got back. Yeah.
After I got back. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I had that laptop out there. And it was nice. I've been using it. Built my whole PowerPoint presentation for Salt Lake City on it. So I'll take it out there with me. And when I crash and burn in my presentation, I'll go back to my hotel room and play Skyrim.
That's it. There you go.
Yeah, they make some nice little laptop pads that have fans built into them.
I tried one of those. I went to a Best Buy over in Rancho Cucamonga and grabbed one and tried it out, and it was just completely useless for that. It gets super hot. I found it better just to prop it up, just so that it had breathing room under the thing. And, it was better.
Yeah,
better that way.
Yeah. We're not allowed to call it Rancho Cucamonga. It's just,
I know.
It's just Cucamonga.
Yeah. Or, see, my boss lived in, what was Rancho Cucamonga is a conglomeration of several towns. I can't remember. The one he lived in was one of them. Sorry. Anyway, he's the same way. Yeah. It's not right. Rancho Cucamonga. No, it is.
Well, that's all the stuff I've done.
Yeah, me too.
It's summer, so I'm outside a lot.
Yep.
When it's not 410 degrees, but yeah. I'm gonna look around for some more mods, and I haven't perused Bethesda since I'm obviously on console, going through Bethesda.net. I gotta log in through my laptop so I can actually search it, because it's like impossible to search on the console still. It's pretty terrible, but
I can't believe they haven't made it better. But
it's amazing to me how bad the search is. Honestly, it's like of all the things you could have updated, maybe update the search like a little bit when you did it, but
it may not be even their fault. Maybe it's just the Xbox or the consoles can't do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it could just be the functionality of the system itself. Yeah, who knows? So, but it's definitely a barrier to finding stuff more easily. So.
Yeah.
All right. Well, until next time, and we have some. We definitely won't have a new Elder Scrolls to talk about, but maybe we'll have some new mods to talk about.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm going to look for a Golden Hills mod. There's got to be one out there. Now that you brought up Golden Hills, I really like that house. There's got to be something that kind of expands farming a bit. Or
I wish, I don't. I guess the engine just can't handle it, because I come out of Valheim where you can plant stuff in long rows and things, and Enshrouded, another game where the building and crafting and gardening is just truly wonderful. And then you go to Golden Hills and you want to have that. You want to just have these beautiful lush gardens, and it's just like these little pimples of
Yes,
things, you know.
the mound and the
Yeah. And no, I guess
mushrooms.
there must be something in the engine because I would think that some modder. There's so many talented modders out there would have been able to do something, but just can't.
Yeah. That's true. That something would have popped up by now, otherwise. So, well, if it is what it is, I may do some Golden Hills play though because I really love that.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it when I do it. All right, well, we'll be back next time. We'll talk to everybody later.
Good night, all.
Take care.